My sister Pam sabotaged my wedding, not in a petty, passive-aggressive way, but in a way so vicious, so calculated, that even now, years later, I still struggle to process how deeply she cut me. And now, after everything she did, after destroying one of the most important days of my life, she and my parents want me to share my child with her. Yes, share as if my baby were a community project. Let me take you back. Pam, my older sister, is 30. I'm 27. She convinced our parents and a chunk of our extended family not to attend my wedding. Why? Because she was going through a divorce at the time and claimed it was inappropriate for me to celebrate a marriage while hers was falling apart. When people didn't side with her outright, she started lying. She told them horrible things that painted me as manipulative, selfish, even jealous. Fast forward 3 years. I'm happily married, and my husband and I just announced on social media that I'm in my second trimester. It was a joyful post, full of love and excitement, and just like that, Pam and my parents tried to wedge themselves back into my life. Why now? Because Pam can't have children. She's gone through multiple failed IVF attempts. She refuses to consider adoption or surrogacy. And now, suddenly, my unborn child is being looked at like a solution, a bandage for her infertility, a way to let her experience motherhood through me. My parents actually suggested that Pam be a second mom to my baby, that she could help raise the child like a co-parent, like we were some happy modern family sitcom. They insisted it would benefit me too. I'd have help, I'd have support, but all I saw was manipulation. They didn't care about me. They didn't call because they missed me or regretted what they'd done. They reached out because Pam couldn't have kids, and suddenly my child became the only baby she might ever have access to. So I told them no, firmly, clearly, and without apology. I reminded them they chose to walk out of my life when Pam told them to, that they didn't get to reappear just because my life now holds something they want. Then I said something I maybe shouldn't have, but at that moment, I didn't care. I told them maybe Pam can't conceive because she's a terrible person and wouldn't make a good mother anyway. Cue the backlash. They lit up my phone with messages my parents, Pam, a few family members who still ride her wave of self-righteousness. They said I was cruel, that I'd gone too far, that I was kicking Pam when she was already down. But here's the thing. Pam didn't just sabotage my wedding. She nuked it. She orchestrated a smear campaign against me when I should have been celebrating the beginning of my life with my husband. So no, I don't feel bad. And if you think that's harsh, just wait until you hear what really happened behind the scenes. I'm not proud of the hatred I feel for my sister, but it's real. It's raw. And after everything she's done, I don't feel an ounce of guilt for the words I said. People say I was cruel for telling Pam that maybe she can't conceive because she wouldn't make a good mother. But honestly, I meant it. Deep down, I think her inability to have children might be the universe's way of protecting someone else from her. What's worse is that Pam and my parents didn't even try to hide their intentions. They didn't come back into my life because they missed me or wanted to make things right. No, they only reached out because I'm pregnant. Because now, I have something they want, and suddenly, they want to play happy family, using my unborn child as the glue to hold together their fractured pride. The whole two mothers thing still makes my skin crawl. My husband and in-laws were appalled, and rightfully so. But the moment that sealed it for me was when my parents emphasized that Pam would at least be related by blood to my baby. It didn't feel like love. It felt like desperation. Like a subtle attempt to claim some twisted form of custody over my child before they were even born. Even as I sit here, expecting my first child, there's a small part of me that wonders if I was too harsh. Some of my cousins' people I genuinely care about told me I might have gone too far, that I should have shown compassion instead of resentment. They weren't defending Pam, just trying to remind me of the person they know I am. But those doubts don't erase what Pam did. And they definitely don't justify it. For the past 3 years, Pam has obsessed over getting pregnant. She's refused adoption. She's refused surrogacy. Because to her, Motherhood only counts if you carry the child yourself. Even after years of failed IVF treatments, she still won't look at other options. And that's her right. But it's not my responsibility to fix her disappointment. I'm not obligated to sacrifice my boundaries for her comfort. And yet, despite everything, she and my parents still expected me to hand over access to my baby like it was a gift they were entitled to unwrap. When I refused, the smear campaign started all over again. They took to social media and family group chats, painting themselves as victims. They twisted my words and accused me of mocking Pam's infertility. I ignored it until they crossed a line that I couldn't ignore. They claimed I ruined Pam's marriage. That lie was too big to let slide. So I did something I hadn't done before I contacted Pam's ex-husband. We're not close, but we exchange birthday greetings and the occasional holiday message. I asked if he was okay with me sharing the truth about their divorce. And, with his permission, I posted the full story, the betrayal, the manipulation. The moment Pam admitted she'd stopped taking her birth control without telling him, she tried to trap him into fatherhood. That's why their marriage ended, not because of anything I said or did. The fallout was immediate. My inbox exploded calls, texts, emails. Some people demanded I take the post down. Others accused me of making it up. But you know what? I noticed most Pam and my parents were silent, dead silent. No rebuttal, no denial. Because they knew I was telling the truth. No one apologized, not one of them. But I didn't expect them to. I've learned that apologies from people like Pam and my parents don't come unless there's something in it for them. And, sure enough, when they finally did reach out again, it was with conditions. They said they'd apologize if I deleted the post. It was laughable. Really. Their apology wasn't about regret. It was about damage control. Some of our extended family had finally started to turn on them, and they were scrambling to repair their reputations. But I wasn't going to play that game. I told them I'd take the post down when I felt like it. Not for them, but for me. And I did. Not because they earned it, or because they changed. I took it down because I want peace. I want my pregnancy to be filled with hope and excitement, not bitterness and digital drama. I want to focus on my baby, my husband, and the people who actually love me. I've made peace with the fact that I won't get an apology, that my parents and Pam will never acknowledge the pain they caused. But I don't need them to anymore. The truth is out. The lies are exposed, and I finally feel free from their grip. If they try to come back again, they'll be met with silence, because I know now I deserve better. My child deserves better. And no one gets to hurt me and still expect a seat at my table. This story is a powerful reminder that family, while often idealized as a source of unconditional love and support, can also be the root of deep emotional wounds when selfishness and favoritism go unchecked. At its core, the narrative teaches us about the importance of setting firm boundaries even with those closest to us. When someone, even a relative, shows a repeated pattern of manipulation, betrayal, or emotional neglect, we are not obligated to maintain ties simply for the sake of blood. Protecting your peace, especially during life-changing events like marriage or pregnancy, is not selfish, it's essential. The protagonist's strength lies in her ability to recognize toxic patterns and choose her own emotional well-being over the illusion of family unity. Her decision not to let her sister co-opt her joy, or to allow her parents to use her child as a surrogate for their guilt, reflects a deeper lesson. Love and loyalty must be earned, not assumed. This story also calls attention to how unresolved jealousy and entitlement can warp someone's actions to the point of no return. In contrast, choosing grace not through forgiveness, but through silence and distance can be the most powerful act of healing. It teaches us that we cannot control how others treat us, but we can control what we tolerate and who we allow into our lives. Sometimes walking away and reclaiming your story is the only way to truly move forward. Thanks so much for watching this emotional roller coaster of a story. If you got any value from this video, whether it made you reflect, feel empowered, or simply helped you understand the importance of setting boundaries, Go ahead and comment 1 down below. We'd love to know that this resonated with you. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more powerful, real-life stories just like this one. And if this story touched you or reminded you of something personal, please share your thoughts in the comments. Your voice matters, and someone else out there might need to hear what you have to say. Also, share this video with a friend or loved one who could use a reminder that they're not alone in their struggles. Until next time, take care of yourself and remember, you have every right to protect your peace.